Hello, my friend, wherever you are. I'm sending you love, the power of positivity, and vitamin D, baby. The sun is actually out, and I'm assuming it's coming from that way because it's shining through the window. So, my friend, welcome to the Gazillionaires Club, and this is the other tapestry that I was talking about. See this lion? That's pretty dope, because oftentimes people think like, oh, it's, well, put it this way. Can you imagine a thinking lion? I know, right? Gotta think while it's still legal. My friend. So today we will continue with the, I said I was going to make a video about food. And let's talk about evolution for a second, okay? Because why are we here? What are we doing? And if whether you believe in the theory of evolution or not, we can see that pretty much all animals are branching off of like DNAs and like genomes and genetic. So we have, even with flowers, right, different type of flowers, but they're still from the same family, like apes, primate, felines, pretty much mammals, those even shellfish. You're full of it, bro. You're full of it. I don't believe you. With that being said, my friend, I think, like I said, love at the highest frequency. And the moment when we go on a journey within, what we put on our plate matters. And if we are here, we should appreciate the intelligence that we have. Like, able to contemplate what's right and what's wrong, able to think ahead, able to have free will, but it comes with either consequences or enlightenment. Consequences meaning that everything is energy, and if we slaughter millions of animals a day for food, what happened to that energy? And for me, compassion is intelligence. I'm enlightened, bitches. And with the way that I never really understood GMO, but the more I look at it from a spiritual aspect, a lot of the food that we are consuming is not helping us to reach our higher self. And what I mean by higher self is intelligence, loving, kindness for ourselves and others. Survival. We were put in this survival mode. Like, we raise animals and we slaughter them by the millions. And for me, when people are living paycheck to paycheck and we're eating unconsciously, and the food, our food system is messed up. It's messed up in a sense where there's no reason why people should, like, people have diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, cancer. Like, we have a lot of diseases that pretty much from food. We are what we eat. Ta-da! Have some donut. And when I start looking at, at food, a lot of the food is stopping us from reaching our higher self. And what I mean by higher self, man, it's there's a reason why we're here. There's a reason where humanity is going. It's not just random. And and I in my opinion, is to return to the source. What is the source? Isn't God is love? That is the source, right? And when I so if you know, you gotta check out like Ralph Infinite Waters. He was the one that kind of like, yo, you gotta try this vegan diet for 7 days, right? Over and over, I tried it, went back and forth, and then I went over to Teal Swan. Like, you know, you gotta go back to like some of her 8 or 9 years videos. Like, you gotta understand, like, you know, or we got to understand, what are we doing here? What happened after we die? And how do we reach our higher selves? Like, you know, what is spirituality? Once you're okay with that concept, then, you know, it's going to take increment kind of work to get you a vegan diet. And I think a lot of the health problems that we have in our society, food can get rid of it. We can create a better food. I think humans, we should consume whole foods rather than genetically modified foods or foods with preservatives, additives, you know, pesticide. Now, some of these stuff, if like, you know, from what I've learned, you know, from Teal Swan's channel, a lot of, you know, some of the food are really no in, you know, in, it doesn't even have to be spiritual. Think of it in a sense where just, you know, helping you to stay healthy, helping you to have a clear mind. And yes, I know in our society there are substances like cigarettes, alcohol. I'm still learning about cannabis and psychedelic, because I do believe in certain plants are there to help us, but not to depend on it and become addicted to it. That's a whole different story, okay? You don't want to take a vegetarian to a Korean barbecue now, would you? Would you? Now, some of the food that I found out, artificial sugar, such as aspartame, you know, like I only know one, but there are 3 or 4 other kind of artificial sugar that you should not have in your body. The other ones are alcohol is a no-no. Meat is on the last one. So let's see here. Sugar. Well, my friend, that's all I can think of right now. Alcohol, you know, you want to stay away from, you know, like you know, GMO food. You want to stay away from, you know, those the sugary, the artificial sugar, and gotta stay away from alcohol, and try to and meat is one of that, because even though meat is on the last, like, think of it this way: your body is an antenna, and in order for you to receive like high frequency, you know, energy, your body has to be, you know, up to that point. Wisdom. The reason why a lot of, like, you know, spiritual people that are like made it, people that are, you know, truly enlightened, they don't go back and forth with meat. They, like, you know, because, or not just meat itself, you know, the sugar, the alcohol, the drugs, their body just, like, is not there. It's just not worth it for them. Like, they're vibrating on a different frequency, and, you know, and it's not an easy task, but you have to do it. I mean, you know, if we can get to that point, or at least this is where you know, that's what I'm pursuing, because, you know, I started back in 2020, went on a vegetarian diet, tried vegan, but then, you know how I went back and forth, like I would have meat here and there, and then I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna try harder. So it's an increment, but the reason why I'm doing it is because I feel like that is, you know, I want to reach that higher frequency, and I feel like, you know, we have to start promoting the right kind of food. Don't just buy food that are not looking out for our health. And there are people that are teaching us how to have the right kind of diet, so we don't have to end up with, you know, illnesses when we get older. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing. You know, make sure you go on Teal Swan's channel, watch some of her earlier videos, and even check out Infinite Water, some of his Ralph videos, and, you know, what kind of diet you're on. what kind of food you should be eating. Whole food help. I think that the only food that we should be consuming is whole foods.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
So my friend, how much do you know about diet, and who are you learning? Who are you learning it from? What is GMO? Yes, it's not. Imagine everything that we know, or up to this point we were taught by our parents. They got it from other great grandparents. And society is normal to eat meat. It's normal to eat, especially in America, it's normal to eat unhealthy food. I mean, other countries don't even have food, and that's the crazy part. But if we have the opportunity, the knowledge, and the wisdom, then we should, go for something better than what society is providing for us, and eventually they will catch up. But if we keep buying their food, if we keep spending money at for companies that are making food to harm us, profit over people, we're not gonna get anywhere, and it's going to be hard. It's going to be like, at least I know I'm not standing alone. In my circle, I'm standing alone, but I know that there are people in the world that are doing it, and it's a motivation when I look up to these people. Like every time when I fall, I look up to these people. I look up to like Theo Swan. I look up to Ralph Smart. Those are the like even Sadhguru. Those are the I consider to be like my go-to compassionate people that have a very deep understanding of thyself, and they are walking the walk. They are not just talking. They are walking the walk, and those are the people that I look up to, because I know that I'm not there, and I'm working on it. You dirty peasant. So my friend, what is your take on food? Are you still consuming GMO? Are you still consuming, those, antibiotics that are being fed to animals, growth hormones? No, don't do it. Say no. Say no to drugs. So my friend, much love. Make a video. #Gazillionaires Club. This is a very important topic. We are what we eat. What we put on our plate matters. Who we are as a person. Where are we going? Humanity as a whole. And, compassion. Compassion is king. God is love. And it's going to take the whole species. Okay? So much love. I will see you in the next video. Ta-da!